All right, with the U.S. election just days away, everyone is talking about who's going to win, and people in finance are talking about, well, how can we make money from this? It doesn't matter if you're in crypto, if you're in stocks, because ultimately, I've been seeing everyone over on crypto Twitter talking about platforms that have either launched or have been using betting markets for the election. We see that Robinhood just recently launched the U.S. presidential election betting market, which allows users to bet on Harris or Trump. They got a really good response. We've seen Polymarket have it going on for a while. We've seen Kalshi have also been pushing and talking about their presidential election market on their platform. And personally, I've been keeping an eye out on Kalshi because it's a platform that I've talked about related to crypto for quite a while. I used to talk about how you can bet on the price of Bitcoin and wager what you think Bitcoin's price is going to be and what's going to happen with the spot Bitcoin ETF and all these different events that were taking place in the crypto market. And now Kalshi has been gaining a lot of traction. Recently, Kalshi has actually become the number 5 app on the Apple Store. You can see OpenAI, Meta, Google, TikTok, and Kalshi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is a massive, massive deal because we've been seeing a lot of people talk about what's going on with the election and how you can profit from it. So I have posted quite a bit and actually have taken part in placing predictions on what I think is going to happen with the U.S. election, who's going to win over on Kalshi. And the cool thing about Kalshi is that it is the first CFTC regulated exchange dedicated to trading on the outcome of future events. It's the very first and legal company to do this in the U.S. And from, it says, inflation to Fed rates to unemployment to will the government shut down, Kalshi ultimately allows people to trade on a broad range of topics. And right now, it is really important because with election coming up, we're seeing the numbers absolutely explode on Kalshi's platform as to who people think are going to win. Right now, there's over right around $110 million traded on what people think is going to happen with the U.S. presidential election. That is overall. And over on Kalshi, they are saying, look, right now in terms of their betting platform and what people are predicting, let's refresh the page. We can see that it says that right now that people are predicting that there's going to be a 57% chance that Donald Trump will win and a 43% chance that Kamala Harris will win. You can see the numbers have been updated even more to around $150 million traded. Not only can you do it for the overall outcome of the election, but you could see, look, Senate margin victory. You can also see who will win Pennsylvania in the presidential election. You could see who's going to win in Wisconsin. And you should see that they don't have just those few states, but they have literally every outcome that you could have thought of. Either someone has made a little market for it over on Kalshi where you can bet for or against, yes or no, on what you think is going to happen. And the cool thing about Kalshi is that it actually is really deep in the crypto space as well. It's not just for people who like betting or use stocks. With Kalshi, you can make crypto transfers up to $500,000 USDC every single day with 30 minutes, like nearly instant delivery. So, I don't have $500,000 a day to do. You don't probably either, but you could do that. They have wire transfer, which has no limit. Same business day if it's before 1 p.m. They have ACH and bank transfer. Debit card is coming soon. And this platform has simply been exploding, and we're seeing hundreds of millions of dollars just on the one outcome of what's going to happen with the U.S. election overall. But then if you break it down by state, it adds up to hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. So with the election just being 4 days away, this is something that you really need to keep an eye out on and take part in, because it is something that is a game changer for people in crypto, in stock market, because what happens with this election is going to impact prices of financial markets. And if you can capitalize on it by making predictions, if you think someone's going to win, well, that's another really good thing to take advantage of. So if you go ahead and use my link, you can get a $20 bonus if you're one of the first 500 people to join using the code, and if you deposit $100. But this is a platform that I've been using for quite a while for crypto events. And then more recently, I've been focusing a lot on what's going on with the U.S. Presidential election, because that's really what's been propelling them to this number 5 position in terms of top charts over on the Apple Store. The last few things I want to go over is going to be with some things over on social media, because this platform, like I said, has been growing very, very rapidly. And we can see that they are already followed by some of the biggest names in crypto, because I mostly follow a lot of crypto and stock accounts. And you can see that followers that I know, they follow Borovic, Greg, Mario Nawfal, they follow Evan, Vanessa, Matt Kors, the WSB chairman, Rand Nooner, and StockTwits. So they're followed by some of the biggest names in the crypto space, in the stock space, and also some big companies. And the thing that I really like about them is that lately they've been really actively participating and engaging with their community. They've done lots of different advertising campaigns and billboards. And so that's why I personally picked Kalshi's platform over others. Like, I've used it in the past for crypto prediction markets, like I said, with this Bitcoin ETF and what's going on there, what's going on with other crypto related events with an Ethereum ETF. And so it was just natural for me to continue using this platform versus another one for these prediction markets. Because like I said, Robinhood has rolled one out, Polymarket has rolled one out, but with Kalshi, the thing I really like about it and what drew it to me in the first place is because they're really integrated in the crypto space. You can have those USDC transfers instantly, and also it is extremely easy to use, like extremely easy, extremely simple to take part in. So if you go ahead and click on elections and say, look, 2024 election forecast, it's going to show you who it predicts is going to win. This is the live forecast based on their, prediction markets. So you can see it says they're the first regulated prediction market in the US, and it shows you just based state by state who they are predicting is going to win. And if you go ahead and just click on any state, for example, like I live in Georgia, so let's just click Georgia, it'll bring you to the actual prediction market for the outcome in Georgia. So look, it's at 69% for Donald Trump, 31% for Kamala Harris. And the thing is, you have to remember, these aren't 100% accurate. Like, they're going to be the same exact thing as the polls, but these are just the betting markets and where the money is at. And personally, I like to always look at where the money's at, where you can make some money, and when you're seeing an election, like, this is something that a lot of people capitalize on. I've seen a lot of people post on X and on Instagram, people that I follow or I know have made $1 million bets, $100,000 bets, and this is something that is very exciting because this is again like the first election, in my opinion, that we've seen all these different platforms gain a lot of attraction and hundreds of millions of dollars in volume. And it's like the first election that we've really seen like the betting markets dominate and take over. Usually it was just polls. Now it's betting markets because people realize, yeah, polls are great, but where's the money going? Like, well, are we actually putting money and betting on a person to win? Because if they are, like, that's usually a pretty good indicator. So anyways, either way, I've been using Kalshi. I wanted to share it with you guys. Like I said, you could use my link in the description if you want to take part and you want to make some predictions on what's going on. But Kalshi is the very first and only regulated legal prediction market in the US. They've worked with the federal government for years. They had the approval from the CFTC. This is something that is like the most secure, in my opinion, one of the best, the easiest, and most simple platforms to use. So like I said, there's a lot of other ones out there. Nothing wrong with using those, but this is the one that I've been using. And with the election coming up, I think it's important to talk about.